Welcome to the final episode of the whole bootcamp series. And this is going to be the last episode. And I'm going to talk about the most important stuff when it comes to trading. Even if you have like winning trading system, profitable model to trade, the perfect trading strategy, if you do not get right the risk management, you are going to be unprofitable for life. So I prepared like 5 bullet points, which are some kind of like tips and tricks I would give you from my 2.5 year long experience, trading experience. And let's just get into it. So the first thing is set your stop loss at candle body low or high, not a candle body low or high. And why is that? You might wonder, like I heard online I shouldn't make my stop loss tighter or like move my stop loss, but they're lying too. Don't listen to anybody besides me. They're all lying. And what I'm trying to say with this, I'm gonna show it on your example. Let's see, or like let's say, if I would enter a trade like here randomly. Normally, I would set my stop loss on the low, on the swing low, and take profit at other swing high. I'd get like a 0.78 risk reward ratio. Now let's move it up to the candle body low. I would increase my risk reward ratio by roughly 0.3 risk to around 1.12 risk reward. And you ask me, why should I do this? I personally backtested like hundreds of trades that I taken personally and noticed that every time when price comes about to 50% of my stop loss, there's roughly 70 to 80% chance that the trade is a losing trade. So based on that, I just tightened my risk, my stop loss. The second point is to target a lower risk reward ratio, which leads to higher win rate, and that leads to for a better psychology. You won't be as stressed, you won't be as sad, you won't be as sad from like losing trades. This comes from a psychology, like a real psychology fact called winner's effect, and it's basically when someone is winning, there's a higher likelihood of that person to win even more, and also lower RR generally gets hit more often. Like it's really rare to see a trade make like let's say I would enter a trade here, stop loss below the candle body low. Actually, you got me here. And I would not target like a 1 to 10 risk reward because that's not sustainable. Even if the price gets here, it got here, but in the process, because of volatility, I get stopped out. But if I just targeted like the lower risk reward ratio, some high probability opposing liquidity pool, which would be like this closest opposing high, or even like this high, I would make 4 risk reward or like 3 risk reward. This also like high risk reward, but this backed by the closest liquidity pool, the closest opposing liquidity pool. And this is pretty much the second tip. The third point is to trade only one pair during one session. Do not trade every single session. Do not sit in front of the chart like 24/7, because we've all started trading to not go to a job, to not work a 9 to 5. So what's the point of watching Asia, London, and New York session for even more than 8 hours a day? If you think, I'm gonna make more money, you don't. Like your brain isn't prepared to sustain such a long period of thinking. Like just trade one session, one time of the day. I personally trade the market open at New York Stock Exchange opening. That's 9:30 a.m. New York time. And I trade for about an hour, maximum 2 hours per day. Like less is more when it comes to trading. And this comes hand in hand with trading only one pair, one instrument, and nothing else. I only trade Nasdaq, and I look for S&P divergences with the ES. That's all. The fourth point is to set yourself maximum amount of trades you can take per day. For me, it's about 3 trades per day. You might think that if I take more setups, then I would make more money, but you do. But there are not as many high probability setups in that one session. just they're not, or even a day, there are not so many setups. There are some setups, but they are not as high quality, as high probability, and that is going to lower your win rate, and you don't want that. So that's why you artificially set your max lockout at 3 trades per day, or 2 trades per day, or even like 5 trades per day, but 3 is the best. Let's continue. The last and final 5th step is to set your max loss per day, the maximum amount of money you can lose per day. I know it might sound cliche, or like, yeah, I know I don't want to lose more money than X amount of dollars. Yeah, you don't, but you need to artificially set yourself a lockout, like a top step lockout or something, turn off your electricity if you might, and only risk about, for me, again, on a 50K account, I maximum lose $500 per day. That's 1/4 of the maximum drawdown, which is $2,000. And this 5th step goes hand in hand with the 4th step. There aren't simply as many trades per day. Yeah, they're just not. And you want to set yourself two rules to essentially not overtrade or not revenge trade. Trick tip: risk maximum drawdown divided by 10 per trade. For example, for a 50K account, the maximum drawdown is $2,000 divided by 10. It's roughly $200 per trade. And that's the risk you're gonna enter each trade with. So these were the exact risk management tips and tricks, psychology tips and tricks that I use, and that led me past my first funded account, that got me my first payout, and made me a profitable day trader. So like, do whatever you want with this information. I'm just trying to help you, and that's all. I want to give you a final word. I want to say a thank you for watching this whole series, this whole bootcamp of teaching you something I've been trying to learn for like 2 years. And I'm low-key proud of you. Yeah, like, because like so few people watch the entire series of something. Yeah, like, just come back onto the first video and look on the views. And look on this video views. Yeah, just compare those two. There's like a little homework for you. And pretty much it. This is the end. You now got a open trading view, buy an account, pause it, get a first payout, reinvest it back, by reinvesting it back, you have bigger allocation, 250,000 maybe, pull out 5 times $2,000, you know what it is, $10,000, we got here. Now you gotta just keep it going, give it time, and I mean, if you really dedicate like the next 1 year or so to something, you're surely gonna be a different human being. And that's the point of the series. It wasn't about the fair value gaps, it wasn't about liquidity, it wasn't about risk management, although these are all really important stuff, but it's about you. And that's the key part. So, see you in the next one. Peace.